teacher and a team leader, I noticed that we focus mostly making teaching and learning effective by using, technical and practical tools and inputs, and which is definitely very important. However, sometimes these attempts may fail to succeed. We hit a wall. And I started to wonder what gets in the way of teaching and learning at times, what makes it difficult. And according to my observations, readiness, being emotionally ready to learn and to teach is the key. And to be emotionally ready to teach and to learn, we need to learn how to self-regulate. In other words, we need to learn how to calm ourselves down and connect with each other and connect with the logical side of our brains. And also, as teachers and as managers, we also need to learn how to co-regulate. In other words, we need to learn how to calm down each other. So this helps us to manage the student dysregulation, which we call misbehavior, and then that can also help us to manage teacher burnout, which is a common issue for teachers. And there are also some additional factors in the recent years, starting with the pandemic actually. It is called the VUCA environment: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. All these changes bring to our lives create some additional stress. And also, since we are working with teenagers at university, their intense feelings at that age is also a component. So, when I was thinking about all of these, I noticed that, let me come back, I noticed that the main issue about learning is actually not the access to resources, technologies, or techniques. They are abundant all over the place. We have access to them. However, the main issue about teaching and learning, I think, is self-regulation. Because if we don't calm ourselves down, if we don't calm our minds down, it is difficult to gather our attention long enough to teach or to learn. So this is where mindfulness gets into the picture. I like this image so much because it's so simple, but it's a very good summary of mindfulness concept. And let me show you some numbers about our mental activities so that we really understand what goes on here. Today, we think about 100,000 thoughts a day, every day. And 80,000 of these thoughts are about ourselves. And 70,000 of them are negative thoughts. And 95% of these thoughts are repeating old same thoughts. If we let our minds run the show alone, like a child running a meeting, what happens? These happen. We focus on negative thoughts, we spend a lot of energy, we judge everything and everyone instantly, starting with ourselves. We are stuck in fight, flight, or freeze modes longer. We react to events instead of actively deciding on what to do. And we are unable to decide what to focus on intentionally. We are distracted. And in short, we live in autopilot. However, there is good news. Our brains can change. Literally, physically, our brains are able to change, and this is called neuroplasticity. And you can create new neural pathways physically in your brain by practicing. You can teach your brain to think in different ways. You can teach your brain new habits. And that's why mindfulness can be a good practice to guide our minds like a little child that we need to have, right? Mindfulness is paying attention on purpose to the present moment non-judgmentally.
Skills that we bring from our teaching experience.